Thank you, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair. I would like to have my sponsorship speech for my House Bill number 2529, an act exempting qualified overseas Filipino workers from the coverage of Republic Act number 10912, otherwise known as the Continuing Professional Development Act of 2016. Republic Act number 10912, also known as the Continuing Professional Development Act of 2016, is a laudable law. It seeks to promote and upgrade the practice of professions in the country by instituting measures that will continuously improve the competence of our professionals in accordance with the international standards of practice. Mr. Chairman, this representation recognizes the meritorious purposes of the law and the importance of continuing professional development to our professionals in their respective fields. However, I am of the conviction that we should contextualize the application of the law in the unique circumstances of our overseas Filipino workers and peculiar nature of overseas employment. House Bill number 2529, authored by this representation, seeks to exempt qualified OFWs who are professionals engaged in the practice of their professions outside the Philippines from the mandatory requirement to undergo the CPD program in the renewal of their PICs pursuant to Section 10 of RA 10912 by qualified OFW. I mean, an OFW with a service contract of at least 3 years or has been practicing their profession outside the Philippines for a period of 3 consecutive years. The rationale behind this proposal is the out-of-the-country nature of their employment and the seasonal character of employment contracts of our OFWs, which make it very impractical and inconvenient, if not physically impossible for them to comply with the CPD requirements on a regular basis, unlike our professionals residing in the country. Moreover, Mr. Chair, we should recognize that our OFWs, experientially speaking, continue to upgrade their competencies and abilities as they practice their respective professions while working abroad, especially in countries where the technologies and standards of the professions are more advanced and higher. And most especially, Mr. Chair, compliance with the CPD requirement entails additional cost to our OFWs. Being the Chairwoman Emerita and Chair Lady Board of Advisors of the National Real Estate Association, or NREA, we have been having seminars, trainings for CPDs. Most likely it's 3 days, 5 days, to at most 10 days, ranging from 3,000, 5,000 to 10,000 to 15,000 pesos. This is too much for a cost for our OFWs. However, Mr. Chair, House Bill number 2529 also provides an exemption to the exemption. It states that a professional who is practicing or intends to practice his profession in countries covered by bilateral, regional, or international agreements in which CPD is a recognition and eligibility requirement, such as the ASEAN Mutual Recognition Agreements, shall comply with the requirements of RA 10912. Mr. Chair, I would also like to note that the PRC, as implementer of RA 10912, issued resolution number 2019-1146 in 2019, exempting OFWs from the CPD requirement, but this is only temporary and transitory relief. The exemption, Mr. Chair, must be institutionalized in law. For the foregoing reasons, I urge this committee favorably consider and approve House Bill number 2529. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair.